Peeps? It's Great White making it happen again today with some more Portal Nights. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a pretty great day. It's a pretty darn good day. I'm pretty excited about today's video too because we are going to do some more logic block stuff, which is definitely my favorite thing to do in Portal Nights these days. I love confusing the crap out of myself with a bunch of combinational logic and then not having an answer and then eventually somehow figuring out an answer. It's magically. A lot of times it feels like, but we're gonna do some fun stuff today with the game we're working on. So let's see where we left off, right? So we have this game set up. So oh, and if you haven't seen already, this is another step in our tutorial series of learning logic blocks. This is like episode, I don't know, like 6 or 7 or something crazy like that. Go ahead and check out the playlist. It's on my channel on YouTube. It should be linked below. And if you don't know what's going on here, you can go follow that tutorial series from episode 1 through whatever and get caught up, and you should know exactly what's going on here. But the way our game's working right now is we walk through this this entrance, and once we cross this checkpoint, it'll lock the door behind us. And once that door is locked behind us, we're going to have our first group of enemies spawn and attack us, and we're going to fight them and kill them. And then once they're dead, the game's going to recognize that, and it's going to spawn our second group of enemies, and it's going to light the first of the lanterns to signify that we've passed the first test or first trial. And then the second enemy is here and we need to kill them. Once they're dead, the second lantern will light, and then our third group of enemies will spawn. Once we've killed the third group of enemies, that third lantern lights and the door opens, and we've successfully passed the trial, and we are ready to go through this door. And that's the little game we've made, right? It's a little mini arena kind of. Pretty fun stuff. I'm liking how it's turning out so far, but I think we can do some pretty cool stuff with this arena, make it a little bit more interesting. So I think what would be nice is if we could make this game replayable. Right now it's kind of replayable. It's kind of replayable. Like, it's replayable in the sense that you could walk through it and fight all the enemies again, but the problem right now is that the condition that opens this door is dependent on these guys being dead. And when you walk through here, these guys are already dead and they're already sending a signal. When you walk through it the second time, when you walk through the second time, these guys are already dead, which is like, it's kind of like lame, right? That's kind of lame. These guys are already dead, so like, why would we go through again? We can't really play the game again because the door's going to be open and they're already dead, so there's no reason to sit here and do this again. So we need to make it so that when we walk through, somehow there's some sort of checking system over here that says, okay, the game's restarted. Even though these guys are already dead, let's have this door be closed and not open until these guys have been killed again. That's what we want, right? So I think we can really make that happen. I don't think it'll be too tough to do. In fact, the solution is based on a lot of what we've already done, right? So I think what we need is we need to have like a timer, for example. We could do an SR latch or a timer. An SR latch isn't a bad idea because it's more immediate, but I don't think we need to be super immediate because you're not going to kill these enemies within 1 second. You might do it pretty fast, but I don't think there's any players that are going to kill these guys in less than a second. So, and that's the only reason we wouldn't use a timer, is if we need to be able to recognize something in less than a second. And I say that's not a concern for us right now. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to put some timers in front of these, and we're going to create a short pulse for when our turtle boys are dead, for when our turtle squad there, Squirtle squad, when they're no longer alive, we need them to send a short pulse as well. So let's put a timer here too. But let's go ahead and get our NOT gate, our delay, and our NOR gate like we normally do. Oh yeah, we're going to need an AND gate too, but we'll grab that in a second. So NOT gate, delay, NOR gate, and then let's get rid of these real quick and grab our AND gate right there and slap that AND gate right there. So if you guys don't remember, basically all we're doing here is we're taking our top signal from the AND gate, which is like looking to see if all 3 of those turtles are dead, and we're going to have that go into the NOT gate. We'll have it go into the delay. We'll bump the delay down to 0.5 seconds. And then we'll take the NOT gate and put it into the bottom of the NOR gate. We'll take the delay, put it into the top of the NOR gate. Oh yeah, and then we need that NOR gate needs to go into this AND gate, and then this AND gate also needs to go into this front AND gate. So now we'll get a short signal when the turtles die. And what we want to do with those short signals, well, all 3 of those short signals, we just want those to go into their corresponding timers down here. So when the Skelly Boys have spawned and then all 3 of them die, we're going to have them turn on this timer. And we're going to do the same thing with our Greenhorn Grunters. We're going to take the signal from them all dying and put it into turning on this timer. And then the Turtle Boys, we're going to have them turn on this timer. Easy peasy, right? Pretty simple. And in order to make it so that when all 3 of them have died, they turn on this timer and the door opens, we're just going to say when this timer is on, and this timer is on, and this timer is on, open that door. And if you guys remember from the last video, how do we figure out how to answer that or find the solution to that? Well, the solution is in exactly what we just said. You just say it out loud. So when this is on, and this is on, and this is on, well, sounds like what we're looking for is an AND gate. And if you guys don't remember from last time, the AND gates only have 2 inputs. And when we're only working with 2 inputs, we need to chain the AND gates together. So let's make another little chain of AND gates. If you remember, the bottom one we'll have go into the top one. And we'll say when this timer is on, we'll put it in the AND gate. We'll say when this timer is on, we'll put it in the AND gate as well. And then finally, when this timer is on, we'll put it in the AND gate. So now we know when the Skelly Boys die, they'll send a short signal to turn this timer on. So this timer will be on. And then the Greenhorn Grunters will turn this one on. And then our Sandy Boys will turn this one on. And now all 3 of them are on. And this should be forwarding a signal. And we want that to be what opens the door instead of just the constant signal from the Skelly Boys being dead. So that's what we're going to do to open the door. So we'll replace that AND gate with this AND gate. Cool. So now we say we go through the game once, we kill all 3 of our boys, and we get out, and we want to go through the room again. Well, if I come over here and I go through the room, well, these timers are still on, and I need them to not be on when we reset the game, right? Yeah, I need them to not be on when we reset the game. So what do we do to reset these? Well, let's have, when we walk through the door, let's have this, the signal from the small checkpoint that closes the door behind us. Let's have that turn these off. Oh wait, but we need it. This will be, I think this will be a constant signal. I'm pretty sure the checkpoint is going to be a constant signal. What turns this off? I'm trying to figure out what turns this off, and it's the reset button. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So, I'm trying to decide the best way to do this. It sounds like the issue I'm running into is that this is going to be a constant signal when we walk through this gate, when we walk through this checkpoint. And if we have a constant signal going into the timers to turn them off, it doesn't matter if we send a signal to turn them on when all the guys are dead, because that constant signal is going to be going into those delays or those timers. And because of that, they'll never turn on because there's a constant signal telling them to turn off. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We just want a quick pulse when the player goes through the gate to tell it to turn off. So it sounds like what we're going to need is another pulse generator for this checkpoint. That sounds like what we're going to need. So that's no big deal. Let's just go ahead and do it then. That's no big deal at all. So we'll get a NOT gate, delay, and a NOR gate. Let's go ahead and do it in front of our inverter. So we'll come in here. This is our door signal inverter. And let's put like a bar, and we'll say door signal inverter and checkpoint pulse. Easy enough. Cool. So let's make our checkpoint pulse right here. So we got our NOT gate, delay, NOR gate. You guys know how this goes by now, right? We get a connection from here, put it into the bottom 2, set the time to 0.5 seconds. The NOT gate goes into the bottom of the NOR gate. The delay goes into the top of the NOR gate. And we had this AND gate over here because when the game loads, the pulse generators do a weird thing. We don't need to worry about that this time because it doesn't matter if the game loads, if we reset these timers or not. Because they won't be on anyway, so it's no big deal. So we're just gonna have it like this, and we're gonna reset those timers when we go through it. And now, since those timers are gonna reset, and those are what tell us if the door is open or not, then we shouldn't have a problem with the enemies still being spawned causing the door to be open. And there's one last thing I just thought of that we probably want to fix. Right now, we take the constant signal from these guys being dead to be the thing that turns on the lights. You know what? We'll probably want to make it so that the timers turn on the lights instead, because right now we're using the timers so that we can turn off the fact that these guys are sending a signal when they're dead. We could use the signal from them being dead, but we can't turn that off until we spawn them again, which is going to cause some problems for us. So we're going to use a timer instead so that we can turn the timer off and stop that signal, even though they're still going to be dead anyway. Pretty weird. There's a lot of steps to follow here, but I'm pretty confident this is going to work. So instead of having this AND gate turn on the first layer of lights, I'm going to have the timer that it's attached to do it instead. So we'll go ahead and do the bottom lights with the timer. We'll do the middle lights with the second timer. And then we'll do the third set of lights with the third timer. Each of those for their respective group of enemies, right? And I believe, I could be wrong, that happens sometimes, but I think we should be able to play this game more than once. Why don't we give it a try? Let's see what happens. Test play. Oh boy, I'm kind of excited about this, guys. This seems like it's going to be a good time. Okay, logic tutorial's loaded up. Everything looks good so far. Let's go through it for the first time really quick. Alright, first group of enemies is here. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, boys, easy, boys. Skelly boys, get out of my face. Alright, they're dead. Our first set of lights is on. Whew. I love that I've got that heal sometimes when I hit him. And it saves my bacon. Alright, okay, yeah, run away. You scaredy cat. Scaredy grunt. Okay, second group's dead. We got our sandy shells here, and the second light's on. You guys just go in the corner for me? Just want me to kill you? Are you kidding me? That worked out perfectly. Cool, so we beat the game and we're out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, I forgot. We need to set it up so the door opens when we beat the game too. Ah, shoot, guys. Dang. Well, that's fine. Let's try this out. Oh. Yeah, let's hit the reset button because that's going to open the door for us. And we should be able to try this again. We'll need to automate that so you don't have to press the button, but we should be able to see if this works for us now when we go through here. Oh, it totally worked, guys. It totally worked. Did you see the light turned off? Oh, but I'm noticing that you see the third set of lights is on? Why is that third timer on? I wonder if the door's going to open after we kill these guys now for some reason. Did we forget to tell the third timer to reset? Yeah, I think we did. I forgot to tell the third timer to reset on accident. We're gonna have to take a look at that. Well, this is part of what you do when you're making games, guys. You gotta kind of debug, kind of figure out where you went wrong. Let's jump back over to creative mode and take a look. When the game reset, when we walk through that reset, the third set of lights turned back on. Why would that happen? Why would that happen? Because they should only turn on when you get a short pulse from the enemies dying, right? Yeah, this is the only thing that turned that on. And it's getting turned off by the reset. Do we need this pulse to be longer? Maybe we need this pulse to be longer. Sometimes when you reset things, there's kind of like some drag over from the signal that doesn't work. So I'm going to try. If you guys ever notice that your reset button isn't working or you're turning off something off and it's not quite working right, try increasing the length of the signal of the reset. So this is our signal that's going into resetting those timers when we walk through the gate. Let's try just increasing that to 1 whole second. Because these timers have a 1 second cooldown, so that should stop anything from causing them to not work properly. I think. I don't know for sure, but we're going to find out together. And then what was the other thing we needed to fix? We want this door to open when we beat the game again. So right now, what causes the door to open? Oh, it's the NOT gate for the waypoint. So what we could do is what resets the waypoint right now? The reset button resets the waypoint right now. Okay, interesting. Well, what we could do is we could say when we beat the game, we could have that reset the waypoint, the checkpoint rather. Instead of having the button press, we could have this signal reset it. I'm just trying to decide if that's going to work for us, because I'm not sure if it will. The timing might not work out correctly, but you know what? I'm willing to try it and see. I'm willing to try it and see. We may have to do a short pulse for this. Maybe. I'm not 100% certain, guys. I'm excited to find out with you, but I think this is going to work for us. And I think that we shouldn't have a problem with the lights this time, with the third timer being turned on, because we lengthened the reset signal. I think we should be good. And I am noticing one thing. We didn't put OR gates in our timers for the reset. So we should have an OR gate in here so that when we press the reset button, it resets that and all the other timers. But, you know, if you guys don't tell anybody, I won't. I think we'll be all right for now for this one. But it's a really good practice to get used to putting OR gates into your timers. But let's test play real quick. I think we fixed our problems. Let's find out. Oh boy, I'm excited. Man, oh, I was hoping we could get into adding some cool traps and stuff, but I think we're going to have to settle with just making it replayable for today's portion of the tutorial. And then maybe the next one, I think we're going to add in some like traps and stuff for us to dodge for like levels 2 and 3. So like in the second wave, we'll have like some firewalks that turn on. And then in the third wave, we'll have like firewalks and some fire cannons maybe. Ooh, that would be fun. Okay, first wave good. We know all this works. We know how this is going to work just fine. Get out of here. I'm going to hit you with my hitting stick. Come back here, you dummy. All right. Looking good, looking good. All right. Yeah, I know. You spinning at me. Okay, third ones are dead. We're out and we're good to go. And that door opened. Perfect. The door did open. That's good to know. Good to know. And now, see, we have a constant signal resetting this waypoint right now. And I don't know if that's going to cause an issue for us. I don't know if they're like timers. Let's find out. Oh, they are like timers. No, dang it, guys. So I was hoping this was going to work for us, but because the signal from these 3 timers being on, those are going into that set of AND gates, right? And because there's a constant signal coming from the AND gate telling this checkpoint to turn off or reset, it won't let us turn the signal on because it's constantly being told to reset. So what we're gonna have to do, it's gonna be another one of those pulse signals, guys. We just need to do another one of those pulse signals that says when all 3 timers for the 3 rounds of enemies have finished, once we've killed all the enemies, we need to send a quick pulse to this to reset it, and then it should work just fine. So we'll go over here, NOT gate, delay, NOR gate, like we're used to. And then we're going to do just like we always have. So the signal from the AND gate goes into the NOT gate and into the delay. The delay, we can bump that down to 0.5 seconds. It doesn't really matter in this instance. And then the NOT gate and the delay go into the NOR gate. And then that NOR gate goes to resetting this checkpoint. So now it should be working perfectly. Ooh, and I forgot, we were going to test and see if the reset issue had fixed. So we need to walk through again this time and see if that fixes it. Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh, hopefully this works perfectly. I didn't practice for this ahead of time, guys. So we're literally just figuring this out live on camera together. So I might have forgotten something. We might have messed something up. It's very possible. Okay, first one's down. Man, those skeletons are so easy compared to everything else. Everything else has so much health. Hey, come here. I'm trying to get you. I got him. Hey, lined up for me. I appreciate it. All right, got the third ones. And open the door, please. That should be reset now. We had a 0.5 second pulse go through. And if we go try and make our way through here again, let's take a look. Sure enough, game resets. Oh, and the third light came on again. And our skelly boys aren't spawning. This is going to take a little bit of work on my part. I'm not sure what's causing this issue for us, because we didn't change anything except the waypoint resetting. So something weird's going on, guys. Let me take a look at stuff. Give me 1 second. Hey guys, I'm such a big dumb dummy. Oh, I'm such a big dumb dummy, guys. My bad. I found out what the problem was. I was going through here, going step by step, like, where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? I figured it out. I had something hooked up wrong. I accidentally hooked up this delay into this AND gate instead of the NOR gate. So it was just, just being a big dumb dummy, guys. That's all. So I got it figured out. Everything's good to go now. It was just sending a signal because instead of doing the pulse, it was just sending a constant signal from the enemies, the greenhorn grunts being dead, to respawn the turtles, which was causing this timer to turn on. Excuse me, the signal from the turtles was being sent constantly before they got respawned, and the AND gate was like, okay, alright, sure, let's turn the timer on then. That was the problem with that, so we got that figured out. And then, what did we say? We wanted to say, when we get a signal from all the timers, we want that to send a short pulse to reset the waypoint, right? The checkpoint. So now when we walk through, everything should reset. And when we walk to the checkpoint, it's going to reset these timers. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good then. I think we're good. Let's keep that let's put it back down to 0.5 seconds because I don't think that needs to be longer. It was just that we had an incorrect hookup. So now that I've fixed that mistake, that one wrong hookup, I think that, let's see if that fixed everything. I think it might have, guys. Man, I'm really hopeful that it did, because honestly, when you get really far into these logic games, like, I start to get a little bit lost myself. But this is kind of the fun part of it, is just like, figure it out, figure out what you did wrong. And you guys see I deleted some of the paper lanterns on accident? Oh no. Okay, we'll just look at the paper lanterns on the right to know what we did. It's a good thing I doubled them up. When I was kind of screwing around trying to figure the answer out. It looks like I must have accidentally destroyed some of the paper lanterns. Alright, well there's the second round. Good to go. Let's kill these bad boys. Alright, yeah, I know. Spin, spin, spin. Get out of here. I'm tired of you. Alright, third one's dead. Third lantern's on, and we're out. Okay, cool. So now if we go back, the third lantern shouldn't come back on because we fixed that hookup, right? Yep, they're off. But our Skelly boys didn't spawn. Okay. So why aren't the Skelly boys spawning? Well, let's take a look really quick at the logic and figure out what's going on here. So the thing that triggers the Skelly boys spawning is when we walk through the checkpoint, it should send a signal to our game start timer. So is our game start timer turning off when we end the game? That's going to be the answer to our question. So the only reason the Skelly boys would respawn is if the game start timer is getting reset when we end the game also. So I think that's the answer to our question. Because if we just follow the logic, when we go through there, that should cause them to respawn. But what's causing this to reset? Nothing except the reset button. So if we tell our quick pulse from finishing the game when all three of them are dead to reset the game start timer, which is why we have the OR gate down here, then that should solve our problem. Let's test play it again. That one fix, I think, should solve all of our problems. I think it will. I think it will. I'm hopeful it will. Gosh, I really hope it does. This is going to be our longest tutorial episode yet, but I'm glad we did it, because I know it's a little embarrassing that I ran into an issue on a tutorial series, but it's important to know how to debug your games, you know? Because you guys are going to run into issues for sure. Nobody's perfect. And when it comes to this logic stuff, you're bound to come across problems. Alright, second round. Oh, we should have fixed the lights while we were in there. Oops. Oh well. Second set of lights is good to go. These spinny boys. Oh no, this is the most trouble I've had with these guys yet. Oh jeez. Okay, he's dead. Door's open. We can exit. And then if we turn around and go through it again, our game start timer should reset. Alright, and we're back at it. Okay, so the game's reset and none of the lights are on. We kill these boys. First light's on. Oh man, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. No, we're good. We're good. All right, second set of lights good. Kill these guys. Uh-huh. He's dead. Door's open. Okay, cool. So it works the second time through. Can we do a third one? Are we gonna get lucky enough to get a third one through? Perfect, guys. It's working exactly how we want it to. This is awesome. Cool. So we have made a working arena, and I think what we're gonna do next time is we're gonna add some fun traps and stuff. So like, we'll kind of make a round system so we know when it's round 2, round 3, and based on that, we're gonna be able to activate or deactivate certain traps to make the game more difficult. So I can't just sit here and slam these guys. I gotta dodge traps at the same time. That sounds like it would be fun. Do you guys have other ideas that might make this game more fun that we could add in? Let me know your thoughts. Get in the comments section. Give me your suggestions. This currently works over and over and over again, so we can replay this game as many times as we want. Yeah, pretty cool. I like it. But hey, like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that you leave a comment if you have any ideas or questions or whatever. And yeah, that's about it. I appreciate you guys. You've been a pleasure as always, and I hope you do have just the best kind of day. See you later, dudes.